kwakoto aba na assemble kra na asi Parliament ne Supreme Court enrechi de course na NDC for the radio match say yes omo de 24-hour economy no eye adwuma pa se mo be kai a yem say adwada no ho ba bi na abrante bi a wo se wo yi omo a da se bra obi a wo ye ojokum yesere no omo ke kan twi bibi mema da se bra pa so bra DKB akofa ababa wa be na be hyedem se omo so mo ye den o ese wo de ababa aneka enti no e wo so otua aneka ababa ne se fa misika mame wo so me de be ma wo fa misika mame wo de me de be ma wo ade sa de esan wo wo se bo 2 o'clock wo ba anaju 2 a wo sika no wo 200 cedis na me kara me de no wo sika no ewo me phone no so that's be because we comedian and omo no mu comedy if I say utwi mo
we the prof so the call English so joke
that omo atwi
omo yi aseresem omo ayesen omo yi sire wasem bi obi o joke a you one particular ayibi a de ma no say obi ye joke anya joke na can as a comedian
debut
okay comedian
comedian
comedians are
impasire service
o me yem pasire o me yem pasire ndam ka say one particular way dey man no
it's a branch bi a wo yem pasire sem yes o brepa as wo ka asem ni pasire but wo friend who say wo yem pasire sem enna wo koye sa ade ni say okofa baba wa bi ni na beda no mo hyedem enti abanes won twa ne ka una ye do be ya wi atwa be kana menko was ebotu osikana mde ba no e wo check so ya cho msika no wo check so etim diskana be ma obotu ma ko yi ama wo bank na wo ba say masa e ye dam wana say ye friend say we be yifo e na wakọ bank 2 am akoyi sikana breme wo so ojai Jo Muhammad de sa no ti o Jo Muhammad ba obi a Jo Muhammad time bank kra be ya adwuma 2 am no baba na say ampa wo say na wole ne hyedam man 2 am abo no 200 cedis o tuka free fees wo kuyi 200 cedis na ba bank na ye hu e ho ano kwa no apie no aba na okofa ska bi na obetutu egu girl so tugu me so ade achi ye na nkofo si hey na da wo ye se che abodam sem wakofa wo ababa wa bi na be hyedam abeda tuane ka wo sisika no wo e wo check so na makọ bank 2 am and this for who say egu mani ma se ana sami je fi atwo krata say DKB obi answer o say ye na ye ka che Ghana for say ye nsi obi ase won kwa sa video no meanwhile mo na mo cho script e contract DKB e man atwa ne ka wo say wonye sa ade man because mo gidi say wo ye sinitwani eti ekofo penasem do meye na ade ni anyidin e na backfire 200 cedis video na be the course of the program me video no 200 cedis ma opacho obi a wo hwe me 200 cedis busa wo say nyansa be na wo mu say wo 200 cedis e wo check so na wo de ko bank akwakoyie ene say obeta wo dem anaju 2am na wasadi mumu de he na wo pay afa den this for see enyo mo na ye omu dwane and we did 24 hours no more pull out and down. Indeed, almost practice it. It was an effort. Indeed, almost practice 24-hour economy. NDC.
That is serious.
Me obi do remember. E wo hono mo ana.
Ene de nyanko.
Bro Beko. Me hono mo ana ayaba. You say speaker say members of parliament for bi am notices. Omo ma notice mpo. Obi ameka nkyere wo mo. Members of parliament for no. Obi anko parliament ko kan tell speaker say me ko say na mom no o ma file o forms nomination forms no e wo electoral commission say nyame ya aduma next parliament e beba no when they are coming to parliament against it say wo mu wini a they will not come in the form in which they are now. They will come under different umbrella or whatever. Speaker say it is a minute matime who sa adeni eti moment me ne mutia sisia no sa nipa nan medical musit no vacant omo de members of parliament biem emperor Mr. Speaker. Emperor Babin, dictator Babin, authoritarian Babin, and Dane. Ghana na would yaw. And your speakers in your speakers, Papa Power Ghana. In fact, you can't see your rated speakers, Abba Ghana. You are the worst performing Speaker of Parliament and the most expensive Speaker of Parliament ever.
See.
Babin, the worst Speaker of Parliament ever in Ghana. In fact, a Drew Baby and a do a Jaho, a Baby Speaker of Parliament. And before we break don't know do a Jaho. Now this was she one shall be the way see MPP for. But go and ask MPP for. They say, Speaker do a Jaho, say no see no more relate ye. A Drew Baby and a Peter Ala Ajete, Peter Ala Ajete, where your MPP national chairman, or be contestee, or more than the buyer, more be national chairman. Before because now where the true blue color MPP ni say there. But go and look at his records. MPP for quite an issue because MPP for quite did say were overly objective. No. It's a debut because of the one penny. A issue to the extent to say the second term of NDC4 presented Peter Alajete as the candidate. Now, Babi Busan say, can MPP ever present you as a candidate? Because you are the worst performing Speaker of Parliament. Worst performing, overly partisan. Which are NDC flag bearer, which are NDC national chairman, which are NDC propagandist. Aden, Professor Mike Lukwe, one member of Parliament for MPP that, but go and check his records. In fact, one Kasawuni Aketua Muntaka Mubarak is on record. Was say you behave like a village chief. Yes, was say you behave like a village chief. Me wo video ni bi wa ha. Cry mebo. Muntaka Mubarak. NDC MP for Asukwa Aswasi. Was say one who Speaker of Parliament where dictator chair wo Babin. Was one who be that. Now you behave like a village chief. What the village people can or say you behave like a chief for there. Okay, yeah. Was you behave like a village chief? Just a real no way. I won't recognize you. I won't do this. I won't do that. Member for Speaker there. You are not a member of Parliament. Members and Trasia, who are one. Members that Tracy no more move motion. And I know the way who moved a motion before you. There was no motion before you. Nobody placed a member of Parliament be banned or placing motion before Parliament say. Any pan 9 way or my say and no articles say article 97(1)J say this I was say you woman or beyond table some motion and then on your own volition you declared you say a vacant. Hey, that's a serious thing. Babin Kwan or Bay Speaker of Parliament was say walk Thanksgiving service. I want Nadoli or the Chrome. Na Babin afa plane muntio Babin afa plane ewa Accra kwa Nadoli. Na dispatch rider was a dispatch rider no do watermale do wa do boga wonimu riding. Et in the dispatch rider wa Accra entu motorbike in fra Accra en fen shan woni krom abrant entu motorbike wo dru dwaso kwanta en onya accident no wuye. Babin na wonko aden eti tamale motor rider papa bia ni tamale ebi ni wa ebi ni boga abrante do two motorbike free has say o free Accra walk wo drew between Dwaso and Konongo accident team abrante wo wu. What has happened to his family?
Third in command.
WC na say na maybe asesa any pass schools na first no we dem fa che mesremo pa security for no was here because mbodin bi ho no ma schools na ya na enhyeda enye kese no e no mode ageti kese bi qualify great Japan mighty Japan supercars wa hwan no mode akeka ho okwa e opokuare we was Prempeh College presec achimota ne nam ho na ekwa baby mighty Japan great Osasco enka twatiko nka na omudi hwe enam se wujaf adwe boni woni trimunti na me number 3 to say wash t-shirt branded t-shirt na what the number 3 near their boom eden unko ya hu so da wo me say you are the worst speaker of parliament ever and a very difficult pass will be to break record for the next 50 years a very difficult and you are the most expensive speaker of parliament too expensive for our liking too expensive no at forcing was his majority leader within 24 hours na majority leader no na spy mo dey 24 hours dey mo tia se yo Supreme Court are ruling almost say Parliament should recognize the 4 people as members of Parliament. What resetting? Almost a factory setting. The factory setting is there. A place where forcing is belongs to. And that time when one there be been team, my mentia or face of phone na my mentia kuma phone na if you come there bay and then kumasi Ashanti region initially no. Na ubia ni said na wonchu kakra ho unless e bia na so be kan okre Peter say wataka na say pass de bia no MPP form for Ashanti region as a national project, but now I can put it on record. They say ene maye wonchu bebrebe na na wo ho no say de dodo no a ekọ ma me fast da kese e mani pa me ense bi wo ma ka be bom de later chema wuntumi chema koka Koka any MPP rally mate Dr. Matupuku Prempe me da seda kese be ma wo mo Ashanti region very stable. The numbers will come out to show love to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Why? Inshallah sana ebeba so and na ye be di komo bebre krabe kwa homa no so ne lawyer Maxwell Pukwajiman, former director of Ghana law school ebo be 8:30 a ye be ko ne lawyer Maxwell Pukwajiman edro ye bedi enkomo lawyer Alex Jenfi so ya Carlos Betinasi walo se ni bedi enkomo lawyer Alex Jenfi we historian we educationist we bibia we teacher was a lawyer and walo se ni Betinasi ne di enkomo Professor Isaac Buadi Abba what is studio ye bedi enkomo on the faculty of accounting and finance UPSC you have bedi enkomo fa you tag for ehun say the silent majority she e wi ase on eya susu hu me say we asi susu hu position bia wo bia obi occupy da position bia wo ne bia obi occupy da me tie say no mi before no pembe task kwa no bi ti akonya yiso before no pembe task kwa no bi ti akonya yiso eti susu hu na fa ne ma position hurahura nipa silent majority. When you joke with the silent majority in all spheres of life, master, you fail, you drown. The loud minority be no just at the moment I say money go for temonka no mo yede no and just am do so. But when the time comes, there's a silent majority. When they move, they will drown you. Eti mususu efa mo voice and go for no ehunu nipa. Ye bedi enkomo kakra ne ahwe. Of course, me say ahwe free SHS no. Because last week no ye no kasa no. Ya ni hu nkomo na dwe kasa me aduma this week no. Said prof sa what town wa. Ye bedi ehun nkomo. Nti ya me charge and the prof esan e what town. Eti bedi nkomo. Obusafo mo bibia ache mo bibia akwaba. Peter Ankuma eno bibia documents mu se bibia mu sa ene mo for the past 6 months mu hu kwaku ba akono mo de mo nhwe Peter na mo fa che mo were mo de mo nhwe mo fa ka na ntolo so me se wona hwe ene go bebre mo fa ka na ntolo so mo nhwe kwaku ba
na o yo nyasa
na mo fa che ne were se ni da no
on the evidence now of you in kakaka
se ni na no ye Fleet Street train media person to know when the many like will be as and 20 bianca of kakra for 2 months like a crumpa Fleet Street no a year road be newspapers in Kwan and also in Ghana had here now about 5 papers in will lean back also it near Frey Ghana Fleet Street. Fleet Street no a street boy land. Yes. It's a honor papers like a second in an normal. Oh, okay. It is all papers no the information that quite Oklahoma Street away. It is a dream baby no now you war the new crusading guide, daily dispatch, Jinyame Concord,
Ghanaian
Observer.
Oh, okay.
And then we just said what was so.
Okay.
It's talking about Ben Nepson, Kokuba Kujunia, Edward Fabiel, and former member. Former official member, Afro-Bami, one also know. It's insanity. It was a former will be Aquaba once again. Prof, never to say.
Oh, me here, Gordon. Maybe a boko. I say, Bɛkyerɛ or her phone or T4. Na, much a mini so. Nyoma koyi. Meaning say, a kwabum na o dear to Jomana, yesterday.
Oh, Peter, Aquaba.
Yeah.
Now what to say?
Oh, Boko, Fine Afio, a base. This week na Waboyashim. Now a month for who complained baby about the area. A canna would day. Oh, wachi.
Oh, okay. There's something there. Me boka wa be be debate.
Ebia your third person I in a programming. Kwesi obeboa.
I no pe come na kasa. This one around. All right, Peter Akoma e na matene ka no. Maka je se bo 8:30 a ye ne lawyer Maxwell Opukwajiman ebedi enkomo we need towns ye be frɛ no na ne di ko aka no so ahye na adwe kakra wo Supreme Court ruling na e ba ye no ye major ye 5 unanimous yeah Chief Justice herself me pesade no me na me ne George Nawood wo issue Justice George Nawood say Ghana bear we are seeing yeah and the 1992 constitution idea yeah me said critical issue legal issue aba and then 2020 court suit no and a petition presidential petition so I expect to say Chief Justice idea e ka bet na dwam na ka wodi ehun komo na wahwe but wan na dwam na de ekosi ye enti no we so de ma me na tena dwam enura nipa 5 omu nyina ase no masa ade speaker ye ne de e bro so he said the latest so what ye Arabian Sheikh so ye de yo me prof so you tag ye maka sem na wie
yen kan ye
hey sir
medical that all the media houses some say a press conference on the cover yeah don't must be very support in your few in fact almost underestimate the coverage
yes
let me say almost who say false and so dom diagro Mesomeda silent group majority members of UTAC and Obibre no I'm say yes I do no in fact feedback about crofo bofu
and crofo pemase mu crofo se mu bold
just say be brain na bofu na nipa a join no anya senketwa
me pa just patras abeto aso no me ma me anti bi se be ka so chia
oh
was it prof ne kasa ye boko ba wotu se ni so be ye din pa o ai was wo di what you say asa person ka we very firm wotu boase chichima it was me ka so chia
media
ai go for boase
God strength doesn't make noise
yeah
and making noise
ampa amepa kasa
David na e was say ye hwe bi say enisi wo ko school a ye kire say be bold ne kasa ye nche say fawasam e fashe dem David in fact ye press release ni wie and you mean some penny de toja yes say call it of the strike by 18th Friday and then on a deadline no ultimately spy
okay
good and I decided to say for team now monitor implementation of government roadmap our bed dress galamsey issues na fe ne candidates phoning in any pieces now more related minor issues na wo no no sinkonya no mon sign pack say be committee to the roadmap and you mean send it to you na o share ne kekan na ye wie no feedback about from them 2 letters and about out the first release UTAC react you know almost say some numbers be or wha no mon kan ye ho but from release on the buy so bet yeah 32 and almost say members from Gawa almost mon kan ye ho and they do on be from meka say 32 no mo kan e yakohwie entro na menim why in academia also chantro enipa present no almost all. It took 2 days to get almost our 200 membership.
Yes.
Now your reps were various campuses, no. Into there, no me some nom din ever. Into bia yes, says a gawa 4, 2 or 3 be firm, no. Near institution of the buy, no. Unipa or the brain.
Yeah.
To the buy, and I'm say bia inipa 2 ne din be burma or find some gawa members.
Yes.
You apologize to them. In fact, we have called them. And they say a business issue disclaimers afterwards. But the members be anywhere young friend of various campuses say, "O person be part and now person your part." It is almost can say be your part. No more issue disclaimers. I'm say fine. I'm say J bar. I am not been to me no.
Yeah.
To your part. But near say yes. Only on the second release. As I buy.
Oh, sir.
Yes. After first one. Almost the second one. Second one no ever responded to. Call neck meeting near see.
Okay.
Now I can say. We respect the leadership of UTAC because we voted for them.
Yes.
There's no thing I did be in home by because this will be the first time among our leadership Asare in penny for.
Yes. Because you disagree with some decision.
And if our constitution a idea directly also affecting and also to watch your cost striker. It must be things that are related to us.
Yes.
And Saniako. Because national issues and it affects the entire nation. It also don't say national issue also you're very careful.
Yes.
Once I had no my mistake. They made a mistake. When you want to touch or attack the national related issue, also you're careful. Because when you're careful, also when you have problems. On say you tag and call strike ya sorry tiada. Bibiana na conditions of services. To members will be wo bibi wo. Eba national issue now call kan ho asema. One year careful ube call NDC or MPP. To also you're very careful and some national issue. Oma anya sade no. And ama sade aba. Now the second release on the buy and say bebia in fact a truck a see pa and penny for di a chere. I'm sure your next line of action will be impeach you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Some person will impeach leadership of UTAC.
Remember your next line of actions after Monday. Share also invite you into a meeting. Now you brought this in your letter release. A solve problem you can. See a Bɛkyerɛ adwin. You know UTAC national executives. But my invitation, yeah, catch it for. You send me a letter and someone invite me to your meeting.
Yes.
What my invitation be a letter be anyhow the mommy. You only sent me a text message. That's gross disrespect.
They sent you a text message.
A text message.
Okay.
Say yen famra 4 o'clock, and I'm sending a Moko meeting 5 o'clock.
Imagine say
only my appointment.
Imagine say I buying. Minister B and I was with share UTAC. And now minister no pass or no one was send a message to members and the leadership say Echina Mumia a cabin said dinner time.
We should be professionals. We'll send him a text message and executive. Yes. Say Emra meeting 5 o'clock or so.
In an hour's time.
Yes, Emra. Hey. So my planning day. Yes, will be a planning day. But out of respect. And he said, me send you back, say, oh, me will other engagement. Until my secretary, no. Abba.
Okay.
Respect, because a collegial environment,
yes,
we respect ourselves.
Yes.
In the midst of it, yen can't be until be and yes, okay, Sadia, on journey Zoom. Or journey Zoom. More footage is a chess or journey. Much any say, Tam or the journey, no more castle for fro. Into Muntimi Adamitino.
Hey!
Then you bring this one in your report. So we invite TSA and Raniama. What kind of thing is it? So
you take leadership
plans can be shame, count the shame, your Koshiro Musan, Kadema to Jade say and send me brave. What is this? Then you bring this one in your report. Now, Yebeka said, near the goo, the goo, crata, so they share Friday. I will summarize those things as laughable.
Wow.
Yes, And they should be able to show leadership. You taking penny for. Yes, sir. Baby, you do our development. And yes, I'm saying, way. But now, can we train more members in trainees, enhancement, career path, development? We are called seminars, we are called programs, we are called more the other, if I say, research grants at the brand members for projects. You more here no much. Now you come and tell us, say in your person and say, you remain on strike till next week. Is it a indefinite strike now? Next week, go bed.
Next week, go bed. There will be any.
Me say, Omaniu. And instead of coming out to call off the strike, they are hiding behind this. Share, mostly in penny form, bet a kunyano, or me sign pack to say, you put a cart before the horse. In two names, why do you go on strike? Who knows some best sign packer? Some mess sing kunyano sense idea. Someone committee on who to say about fighting Galamsa. Why do you declare strike?
There be no omocrano. Capacity be no more. Say almost say or message pact. Emma Wine.
Ti akwadonko or ti pack na se. Akwadonko nam ne you ko chance o ko share no onko sign.
Asempeni.
Onko sign there. So Gordon, many brief amount. And then say unimre. Me fan say Friday and Saturday
19th October.
And no any chemo. You onyo be brave babe.
Mati.
Ochina. Nyame adoma. Enra leadership ni share na abufu ewo mu no. So omo ahwe ni yie. Na omo touch sankrofo a. We no you take a touch one touch all.
Yes.
That's our mantra.
Oh sir, you take touch one touch all.
So mo ahwe ni yie. Na omo yi ade no mbufu a on hwe no on betu yiktak no sa na grandson kwa de ebe say ebe kakra
na ko mu fa he fam kutukuta NDC manifesto
asatenra
like it say mu fa he fam mi lu bi e kutukuta NDC manifesto
say
na asebesi wa ha
say nipa chantro na say osan be chantro ana o de ne own document ayi na to
eti na media we
and then
super be memo bi
Eduarda bra Mati oh good here chia
god is what can you down good idea we here enjefe we say anya next time you be call aban ho near cost striker they won't take us serious.
Yes.
And Adi American, they won't take us serious. Look at what we are doing. And now, as part of what before Nra, you had the letter called the Vice Chancellors of Ghana.
Yes.
All of them, Nra.
So, office no war, UPSC.
Yes. And some share Winneba.
Okay.
You had the letter call telling them what they should consider. They are willing to call for a meeting. But we are calling them. So from next week, they should open the schools.
Yes, but since people start TB.
Oh, me say.
And I'm more that's what
UDS, Friday, UHAS, UCC. What kind of embarrassment is?
It means say one casano. A bedroom, no more base in Papini.
No, you see, Ukwana Yenka and Chreon. What were the issues in Tia? You take the call strike. Issues about say almost the environment, say Galamsey in sense.
Yes.
We be no support to Galamsey. First and foremost, the decision by the labor, TUC, organized labor crowd to even adopt top-down approach was bound to fail.
Yes.
You cannot go and take a decision at the top and ask your members to go and look for consensus or get support from the down. No. What I say?
Come and give it.
Can you take Koshia? No move to TIA. Mo say, and you must say na mother organization say mumrameye na munko strike. And I vote for that decision. You take members who so okay, almost support to say 70%. Almost support to say the organized labor can no omunko strike and as some mother organization no atna say say no issues on raise no aban na ne oso obeye no so omahu no manya evidence so say ampa aban atu ho anamo enti omatwe asensen omanko strike bi o mo say still instead of you to go back to your members and ask your members say oh mesrew the entire ba mo ma to aba ma say nko strike no afede anya massa bi nti enye den. That's what a responsible group obeye say oh okay mo say me nko to aba me nko ya de me ko na de na amaso. Have they called UTAG members to report to them say the labor union organization organized labor almost strike no amaso because of ABCD ana they've not called them also there yeah take say ebeko no chinchina say the last week wadamfo Ben no say even when here Cotton hotel branch am so onya ntobia man say we jai no ebi mu say chinchina a wo strike. What is your motive? Not just say ohwemu pa na the motive na nya to say I am pass environment na say nti enko demonstration nti o ebi mu wo personal interest nti a omu person omu strike no because se kana I am pass environment any galam say the organized labor can no person omu disu no mu ya ampa akoma call off strike no anya sa why no prof gram me miss on match also court.
Oh, there be say almost tag mu ayi no omo e kakra
no because obviously no it is an illegal.
Yeah.
No, who's that? Oh yeah, dear.
And your reset.
Oh yes. That's all resetting.
No, but it doesn't make sense.
Mr. Santi, my send the picture be yeah fato so mame. Enye video no video dey. Bibi asetali abo. Akofa hookup lady abashe dey. Tie dey aka bobo ya. My send the picture be mehu Professor Jampo.
Oh, Gordon.
Okay, but
so over who say send the ekano. We stagger. Yes. That is what academia should do. Who started the process? Who catch them 1 year? Open say 2 for them no 1 year. All the peer bunting. And your bar bunting be press conference. And the petition. A choir and sunny eba. And a mom deadline. Say mo fanyi we my. Samunya. After we valid deadline here. After we start implementing. So the first thing we have written to our heads. Yeah, by senseless. But on your you hear the next thing they say now you're sending up to all universities across the country members to sign on. Someone say first nipa bi nka. Now we have issued a consent so feeling no take say yes I want to be part. Nipa net data you pull from a nrabesin there and members are standing on. No mu here yenye nipa ni nyina. Normal sure the first line will be to impeachment. Somewhat disappointing. Vote of no confidence
in them.
We have right to do that.
But it's also about numbers. Would you say numbers?
Me say, oh dear, yen del. Some Friday on man yet. You were weeks ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come on say vice chancellor they should open the school. That's the first thing. The other thing we want to do say why you can impeachment? You could among the executives nankasano. It won't be your school. Actually, more qualified by implementing enforcing laws. Na galam saying something you know. One kasa want me implement more there.
Yeah.
What kind of hypocrisy is this? Oko other schools, if so try there. You can't enforce those ones. But up so try buying some uncle enforcing there.
Hey,
hypocrisy.
Okay, it is hard to make the picture be bound. Fatos wa mention say most Professor Jampo.
That was on social media. You saw it on social media.
Picture say what's the strike there? Anything related to your work as a lecturer? Say
you don't perform academic activity.
Academic activity, resilience, growth, and sustainability in the post-COVID era, the post-COVID-19 era. The role of the social sciences.
No, German.
Or in what capacity? So free soul pointing or Kowana, and that's why lecturing. I don't want to.
Most strike
Wednesday, Thursday.
It'll be like academic duties.
International conference. Resilience, growth, and sustainability. I mean,
Friday. I was a Friday.
The role of the social sciences.
Friday, yeah.
Brother, 16th and to 17th.
Yeah, all started. It's a brother. This thing,
yeah.
The same people are mostly in cost strike, you know. The same perform with academic activities.
I say no. I don't know. And on the essence of this, to make the students angry.
Yes,
against government.
Yes.
But I mean, the American says students so much issue news, who statements, they news are issue statements.
Yes, almost.
I think almost delay too much students. But because probably some of the schools are now yeah, sure say the students will revolt against their own lecturers. Because what is the point? They crown on person much.
But don't know can
be. Say, say it be more fear. It's no the need say
no.
Most of the strike.
Once they reopen, yeah.
You have a point. But the point that main issue, I mean, the silent majority they want to say they should first go to court to stop their members from perpetuating an illegality.
No, my own process is not more lazy.
The processes are
court should be the last resort.
I think so. According to
plans
majority,
yes.
They think that there are corrective measures.
Yeah, exactly.
Or internal
mechanisms.
Court the last resort. And you know, as academia, no, almost draw my attention to say, Adevia Mayi, and your papa, which I don't forget to say, and when I'm banning a big court. And was and then try to correct it.
Yes.
But arrogance.
And no.
Where is the Utah president?
Maybe that's our question.
Why do you tell
me?
What's that?
Where is the Utah president?
And one person penwaka sasa wadion. But also no. Oh yeah, a local
branch.
Oh yeah,
president.
Utah, legal branch.
Why?
Mentias legal no me call no mentias moral standards are cause so low sir.
What yeah. Ebia with time.
Then obenya you be electing as Utah president.
Members na to abama.
And members no na me question
no more. So the news is that according to Professor Asare-Bediako, say Omanye careful they will even call for impeachment of leadership of Utah. Prof, you have got free SHS.
Yeah. You ever call Labour Commission?
Aye.
The last one will be to the court. We'll drag them to Labour Commission.
Yes.
And Tintama will go to court. And Tintama will divide the UTAC. Another group will be formed.
Yes. How you break
these are very very legitimate steps.
Put all the actions together.
Yes. Legitimate.
In fact, Labour Commission they are very critical.
Yeah.
Labour
we
Commission.
want to exhaust.
Obianti says strike no almost so. Are they really on strike?
Technical university lecturers 2 times before.
Yes.
Almost say my president. The president they say starting now Omoka say almost supporting the decision of organized labor. You know to support their decision. Now the mother body say adie no ya question no. Etuwe de ka say adwana na obedie. Eni ho ya se no. And until one person also cause strike. 2 tag for some most person cause strike. So they'll go back to their members. But they have notified Labour Commission according to Labour law say also cause striker. So now it is the decision of 2 tag, not decision of organized labor. It's because
so now by Sinkonya say what striker uno be Sinkonya.
No.
We are embarrassing ourselves at academia. What strike? You can't negotiate for anything. Also, now buying consign part. We don't call now.
Do not accept that. It's a war strike. Once you are negotiate, the only thing in there is a suspending strike. Now we are in negotiation.
All right. Until we the voice of Audu Mahama, managing editor, the custodian newspaper, and I'm not telling you. Say also. Akasa Akrano to say. See the different from Krum Hadie. Obende Abasa. Yeah, go free SHS. Me tree na me kan mini bebe we afraid by this
na dia asema kan no
language bully
asema kan no metiase pa o metiase papa ba wo o de
bro me pa so and then no ye the hefa de be ko
and let me say the figures last time to ja say as an academia, in fact, Nema ye ni junior Baumia yen who say he's one of our own. He's one of our own. Ufiyemu yatinase as academia. Yenu ni obetimi aye. And it's our free education, so we'll do everything possible to protect it. This legacy, we'll do everything to protect this free education. Because share near over the period, the TVET, the STEM, in fact, near school and RA. And some started by like a week. On baby a friend STEM innovation. Yes. So what is our
Mati? STEM innovation.
Yeah, the SHS. Technical senior secondary school, and a day TVET, and almost year competition in terms of innovations. Almost try to realign the theories, to practical things. And the competition, how na robotics, science, and some PP because STEM near science, technology, mathematics, and science innovations, and they're put together to realign our education materials and in your essential. Senya globally no, and your my cost development cost we are no. On between amani na apepe. Into a car, me fancy the first revolution. I think 1769. It started with the steam. Over the second industrial revolution, I think 1867 or so, 1870. I'm saying electricity. Then you buy the third. And also Ibinya, I think it was a computer, the 1969 or so. You read the fourth industrial revolution. We don't want to be, cut off. That is why all these things are happening in education. If you later on, last week I buy me a show video, Minister of Education. I'm playing beer, A2, Nasifo, and there's other videos we have. With my shibi. Now I inform and say, look, the investment in free education is not fluke. And yakwa. Nemo a path ebema or minor. Yasasa nyoma sene da. So me feel say you show a lot of numbers the last time. How much a Bɛkyerɛ room? Yes, same rain be brain. I'm say the other pictures are say ya picky. And I'm so produce obey to my chair. No, I share videos. Nubia, Miss Education. I also in a few years, you room in education sector. And you go down. I say, oppose everything that to home. Some of the other
video, no,
videos.
So, what the video in my and what the other pictures can home about. Yeah. Okay.
Probably to my slice, no, sir, no, bit to my because I know, sir.
Yeah. Miss Adipatro, do the fast slice, no, at so. Now we rule yellow pictures no hormone. I prepare that almost 2-minute video no. Now in this
we have seen a lot major development. Obeko down crowd to the other ways.
Obeko down.
And was all by UPS ka obehu enyoma na ekoso STEM innovation. Nkwala fi other secondary schools. Agada. Now him fidi omo hihye. Oh, Gordon.
But you see prof me buy you UPS me be work keke kura na say me TD na ya na me fuller understanding of what you can say leadership determines everything. O hwe be UPS e free ba say near for IPS okay enti and that was be a project can say be a program be a yes if I could UPS if I could UPS my
not Minister of Education
my
Gadam Kolai and Nini Omo year me say give yourself 2-3 years ubehun baby where some of the infrastructure from this where from education side
yes
some of the major infrastructures are akoso maybe our town no so we to mention those ones I mean maybe God on Mr. Saturday Alpha West
hey enko fui
ma ho Alpha West we nyina ya Alpha West
sa ana bobo jine
ma gai kosro ma won kosro
where other town dining
where Savannah region Savannah region
northeast dining hall yes
where northern
Volta region crowd Adi domain SHS Adidome, yes.
Look at dining halls.
Adidome now me
Dining hall with kitchen. Now it's good tiny coffee everywhere.
David. Yoko.
Infrastructure project of oh.
Northeast.
Most of the thing
Savannah.
Right communities are not
Upper West. Chale North here anya be power.
Classroom blocks.
Anglican.
Over the period.
Anglican yeah we school no. Kumasi Mayo. Anglican Senior High.
Look at maybe a TVET. Original.
But Koso ka Krabi. But Koso ka Krabi na
Hey.
Uncle form no.
Hey. What's your man?
Well,
back. Uncle back.
Because you top.
Uncle back.
Top kakra na eyi bo ha pese.
No.
Go down.
Hey, me munka di.
Enti
also cut down.
Okọ be 261
projects.
Technical
institutions.
Or this is what
TVET.
Yeah. I feel bad. Share all the regions, all the regions, we also be numbers number of a year. Oko Upper East, the Northern, the Savannah, OT. So
Upper West here were 15. Upper East 17.
Institutes. Upper West 15. Upper East 17. Technical Institute. Northeast 3. Northern 16. Savannah 5. OT 6. Bono 4. Bono East 4. And then Bono 13. Ahafo 8. Ashanti 38. Eastern 30. Volta 30. And Eastern equal. Greater Accra 26. Central 25. Western 24. Western North 1.5 8. In total 261 number is per region.
Wow.
Total commitment in this whole thing. Uncle Damai, Obi say other places be or who say Asante-Bediako down my. I feel share other way no. Asante-Bediako down.
That patrol
I feel share way upgrade. Good. These are some of the technicals applied where East Legon here before and now. Oko Minister of Education on the pic, you see all this. Over down. Yeah.
It's a movement stronger than appetite. It's a movement stronger than appetite.
For a shaman, Vocational Institute. I think one was St. Paul's.
Yeah,
St. Paul's.
That's a good to me, boy.
Where 21st century facilities.
Technical schools are there.
And you know, Uncle down, and you know.
And practical, you don't much.
The country I try to call.
Obeko, you know. Look at this institution.
Hey.
Tobeka said, phrases pa, I can't now way. Down so many years. Uncle down. Obeko down, my wife.
My son, but fire cut down.
And so we have some about video. And see, where down so man.
Hey.
Appetite.
Down so man. These are some of the facilities over there.
Hey, Peter.
Kumawu technical.
Stronger than appetite.
Kumawu technical.
Hey.
Now we hotel that.
Where
I was the building coming.
Actually green.
We Kumawu technical. Where be no more. She be on my bus say.
Hey.
Oh, Prof, what do you have to do?
Sometimes
before and now. And now.
And intro. Na ye kasa. Your crofrontier says, yeah, for be your politics. Education. Some sectors who are mentioned their politics.
It's legal. Construction Machinery Institute. It's legal.
Who the education go politics? Oh, how? Uncle the next one. I'm saying it doesn't on flip and call more now because yeah, there Major more the parliament over.
Peter, Suyani
does anyone as I confess as
oh Charlie, look. Wait over here, Peter. Over here, they all year of fixing a near my worker.
And then won't
over here, or yeah, Juma straight. Don't try my buy there, Juma.
We have seen a lot of improvement in this. A lot. I know share that video no cry so interesting. Peter call down.
Oh Charlie.
Peter work one call.
Emma do
Man no cry do so ten
Me say Emma yes science na. E can no go no be geography science. E no come to math school.
Science.
The brain.
Na so obesha last
Peter record down.
Last week TVET GTVET for
yes
a program bi ATTs na me wo na wo hwe won enkwaya omodo mo say ye cast na that omo ba ye e be ye you. In fact there was a lady from Takrady me want the number me contact from the university young lady one a bad presentation about auto mechanic hu say engine pistons na nefa say they are doing a lot on the educational front.
Charlie.
Academic bono.
Sure.
And no problem.
Peter go down.
Yeah.
And no problem.
From the movement even here.
And we are unable to sell all this.
Sell the no prof.
Literacy. And if you visit all these schools, we now hold.
One student, one laptop.
We now
one defense. One your friend where iPad and all tablet one tablet one student one tablet
rolling fast now
and only one student one tablet
yeah ko ibi ana ko share video kakra
yes education dey on here pa
the videos na pa yenum
oh transform
the videos dey pa yenum
still innovation na make no
yes.
It's so interesting. It's just so you so local solve local problem with local materials.
Science labs.
Oh. And all.
Me what on him say me Peter me science O level ni A level. And I go see me call maybe was sociology. Look. Na me ya ka asem. Time me wo me wo Canton Secondary School any Accra High higher me who your lab is to say crowd obi a call Accra High time me call no on bisa said na your near to say e wo your lab
we also uche no bi baje odi na de kwa
me say pipette ni direct ni me man na Charlie sometimes chemicals I the be you cry
school
me Accra High on a STEM one step center
Every all
Accra High
and I read the ban
call for fair we just STEM we are wager STEM to say university
it's a university
look at this we ever for e-blocks
so far the only infrastructure
e-blocks
problem about
e-blocks no crowd why we start here crowd buy crowd I chem while finishing more than you e-blocks why
my videos no be like
I feel better me at the videos now me send them out
Charlie e-blocks projects here stay with friends and STEM say me see e-blocks they say one structure
that is the way to go
hey STEM
but I have videos ni bi and I will afford to be a movement TV online Facebook and YouTube no me share because it should be live or no na girls do it also
channel enya hu ena papa no unless hu no ye different meaning
science hu na film because o person educate akola even mathematics also we use hu no
yes exactly
we film what eno ano no say
say no mo fix near
aye internet akola bia pese okoye
Peter where me you omo yo nyina omo ye wo me school me former school Accra High omo no uniform
also san ko ba
me na me ka last me ga Dr. Educhum say me san ko back
now what our science
me science no so man wie
sure so many development we never had this over the period the figures said beto ho no these are some of the things that akoshim They PRO for education, but we'll do everything possible to protect it. Where academy?
Akaka.
STEM Academy Center.
Okay.
Like a 4-star.
Because I said we hotel
schools in our corner bio where the old environment no crowd my way different feeling.
No, we see him.
One of the STEM
kitchen.
Hey, sure.
Now, about 3 months ago, me interview
Danny Hall.
Hey, Asaman MC.
Yes.
Na videos brought by me, Musini. I'm the way Asaman.
Oh, more God on party. One lady. In fact, I don't control half. Almost a party.
Professor Jakum or Kanta is there.
So you do all this and you can't tell. Hey, and all about. You can't somebody say
no, because said nothing to show for it. The animal said nothing to borrow man, nothing to show for it.
Every month be no I say a workroom for people to know your money over the period. It shouldn't take the Minister of Education but everybody should understand what is happening.
Me ma can say a documentary on some of these projects. Document ma can break. Say Eja.
Wrestling.
Mikasa anko ichire.
Sa onye doctor and our professor. Into you be doctor.
Be doctor be because we a documentary I hear never course about no.
No way. One documentary with my shit across various
all the radio stations, TV stations.
Incidentally, some of this education site.
Education
but
and many are paying you kwesi pride crack on education center.
Yes.
Near me Kosovo.
Okay, let me know.
Aha.
Yeah. It's a Ghana.
This is my course speaking the democracy.
Hey, Duba. Hey. Duba. Adiano. What's it, Duba? Charlie, how's that more?
Aircraft,
that's right. She speed up or better. No, or 10 years.
No, or the full moon. Hey, Tabak Nissa.
But you too cry.
But height of even a crown,
and they were communicating. The pilot communicating with those on the ground.
Are there
no, it's like it's a system.
Okay, system. Okay, Metias.
And normally communicate.
Hey, Peter, share distance or a fly. Oh, look at the distance. It's flying and the height. It's on the landing. Duba. It's not a landing. Wow. Wow.
I was supposed to say, maybe land won't you more?
Maybe met you. A year kwana. Dabi.
Now the granny done it. All right, but Prof.
Ghana Navy.
But you better wrap up on education.
What?
Menya lawyer Max Pukwajiman or two kind. And yes, I mean one fast. Now if for beside about the lawyer Max Pukwajiman. Infoni amount etiana otwematum ewa homano so ebusa for mene lawyer Max Poku Ajiman lawyer panin pa wakona homegye mu last year na now a director of Ghana Law School Makola and mene ne ba bekasa ewo decision a Edinburgh Supreme Court for etikiye ene the declaration by Speaker of Parliament Aban Sumana Babin ewo Parliament lawyer ba so mo ache mo akwa ba
so yeah. I want to say, no, yeah, I'm Adum. No, swear.
And what do you Mekai and Nano me call Kolungo Dumasi. Na me who house be at all. Lawyer Max Pukwajiman's house. Na me hey, a draw bobra.
aseda wo nyame ho
wo hwe baabia wo firi ba wo onkura bremu baabia wo ne namu a na afa bedu baabia ye di school kura mpo block na atowa wo hu bibi say na how do you feel coming from that modest background?
Oh, I don't know how we are no it's possible. So what do I dream? So now what the sabi o abrabo no obakunko din die nenso Nyankopon so bamu a na boa ni nyina ye ahobrase a obenya na what se wadwene mo se bia o pesa wo ye bia no what do I dream so a etimi ye ntina tembia ya me it is possible no nese bia political but nyanga ma brabo no is something I am a motto free if it is said bibia muno the word so ninga mensu bemwa so with God all things are possible and ti sana tie na Nyankopon so atie mi sufere me bible na de bia o ma matimi ahye me ma men so ani monyam e bra obrema me ye nyina anye kwa na men so kakra obe ye ne me so mitimi de boa enchirima se de osiboa na ndisa me hudi a ya nwa a me sheminian no nyina nkwa se nya me boa no to nsem na odu kosi ba bia ma ure nchi school a okoye se ye LA2 na okoye se ye district assembly school na okoye bia school akoye no sense no na ma abesi no waka omo sense enkwada no so a eba no omo hia ye boa na omo hia ye kwantre erigi ma me ye se mi school am koye so tembia na at least obi twemu na ohu se me so me fa ho e bebi e twem no so yire ne ho a obetimi afa se school na mu no abaye se de beti
lawyer wakasa pa etipacho straight away yanko mo so enne 2 days ago and di kosi e wo parliament say obi a woye MPP ni nipa bienu Sita Morrison and Kojo Asante of Suhum omo say next parliament na ebeba no ombeba parliament ko pomo ma as NDC MPP form ombeba as independent Esia man so independent member one also say so ba parliament based on file of nominations at the EC ombeba parliament be ma next one no oba as member of MPP and then NDC ni so ba concern no so e die aye eba ye no nkofo nya e ka se Harry na du so kan watermale se omo ba NDC ba be majority ema NDC MPP ba ko ye minority nkofo se any legal legs bia wo so bi so we illegal gymnastics ya fe ko parliament Babin speaker of parliament ese wa declare sa forces no vacant and so parliament will no longer recognize them as members of parliament ebi mu ka se enye mra no ebi mu ko refer to Professor Michael Kwei say one also be proud to 2020 elections one also ka say esiama enam so rabo esiama eko parliament or formula eko independent or formula ntino John Boadu to krata the command say papa ye na free party no until so they don't longer see him as member of parliament on the ticket of MPP Emma Professor Makukui eka say declare the seat in vacant ebutu na konya ade achi enran so a Supreme Court so do ruling aba say ade a year speaker of parliament here no they omon reverse they should recognize the 4 members as members of parliament until after some days bia ombedi substantive issue no la patrol ni nyina ase ne say yes that ase o
na say God ya Asare-Bediako I say what's ya Lord na what's ya no am say county speaker na quarter say they will see the time here will through ya okay say almost next parliament say na okay no
sana mekano ai
na badin so say current parliament me boa
ni
o badin do say current parliament and again no masisa no it apply to current parliament me boa but also God the will chire mu no ka say next parliament we say we no the okay any the badin aka no and until the court because anytime there's a disagreement or we put 2 interpretations to the same provision, it calls for interpretation. It's then was a baby. wo kan ye wo se e ba ejina baako na de ba be nsu kan na se ejina baako mebo a enu nti there is a conflict mebo a that conflict must be resolved not by him because on your court but by the appropriate judicial body. A junior senka okay no the court na se tibia no we dey us dia eda ho e die fida e bin fida na de mekani say we a lawyer usually you comment on judicial decisions. Judicial decisions bar and I commenting. And to the person of 40 as you say, the Bible it's not a judicial decision. So sometimes the enemy is difficult to. You can say a legislative decision. But taking legislative decision on taking judicial decision. And I say, Obiansu say the legislature is a political wing. We say a constitution. There are three arms of government. Nearly a political. The only a political one is the judiciary. And so what judicial legislative decision about you can't take politics away from it. It becomes sometimes partisan legislative decision. Partisan legislative decision, most often, it may be inconsistent with matured and temperate judicial decision. Judicial decision, the rules may be matured, and yet no partisan. The executive and the legislature, the company say, who's intemperate political statements, a beba. I could prove judiciary who set matured thinking, taking into account rules and procedure and law, no calm the waters. And no enemy who say no. What Babin did was purely legislative issue, which may be partisan. And now the APR, after you marking so the position of our parliament may also be legislative decision, which may also be partisan. But one more any partisan, which is the judiciary, will consider the matter from a judicial point of view, which may be different from the partisan political views. No, ever say and to a lawyer, I will expect say the lawyers will rather err on the side of matured judicial decisions rather than partisan political decisions. As I say, constitution on a Supreme Court, who make us a clear, make us a clear, who clear, are they clear, no idea, and then make clear, who would determine it? The Supreme Court. Who think this to animal? Inconsistent with Article 97, G and H. Whatever it is. So, this is, who can open say that the study who God who can. Kana mona umutu no, for future and for present. So the issue is whether or not Article 97 G and H and the fact that these people have taken that decision, whether it's applicable to the 8th Parliament or to the 9th Parliament, that becomes the legal issue which must be resolved. And it cannot be resolved with partisan links. It must be resolved by judicial lens, which is mature, sober, matured and sober. And therefore, and one esino. And he said, who will take a decision? You say, there is someone taking a decision. There are so many rules of interpretation, but because they are matured, they take so many things into consideration. And sometimes illogicalities, sometimes practicalities, sometimes absurdities You what you know fine. If you use the plain language, the person sick, the person has now moved. But almost the best was say the word sick, they will not give it the plain meaning. They will media etiquette, never ho yen so ma. Media and say collapsing because the decision it will lead to chaos. But sometimes the judiciary being a matured arm of government will take into account all these things before deciding whether to go with the plain meaning of the words or they will go with a secondary meaning of the word. I don't think how they when it comes to legislative partisan decision, you go ahead and do it. But judiciary will not like the Osebo because remember, judiciary is one almost come behind to Ambuswaba. And you know, you Osebo no, and so papa. But legislature for there, that's one Ambuswaba and you not public up from Boneba, Momuya more popular. And you hear my way now. And no, and this is how I see it. And you about making an understanding of the Constitution based on the legislative arm and where he presides. Now, me being a lawyer, I would prefer the judicial side because women are more mature and they will consider so many other things before they come to it.
That's what I disagree with you, Kakrebi. Say, who you prefer? I'm not sure it's about preference. It's about who has the mandate. When the one mandate, and say, obey declare seat vacant. I'm told to say, High Court pay and the one Ghana obey declare seat vacant. I'm not sure it's about choice. It's about preference. And then between legislature and judiciary, which of the arms hold sway when it comes to a legal issue?
And here's how to say, what jump gun. Honor may also make a choice. Say, you take one article, enemy, which is true. This one, a whole say, me, if you're saying, I may also one article, constitution, be the cast of Baku. I say, na meba. If you are 97, now interpret one which is legislative decision. Now, Supreme Court, the Supreme Court now, as we have it, and that of the legislature, I prefer the legislature, the judiciary, because women vote me. Oh, yes, I did. 7. I think, of course, because the Constitution must be read as a whole. And the Otu Sana Mono, I think, or share, or judicial, it's only judicial power and keep one share Article 99. And the American choice only judicial power and keep one share Article 99. Because Senate or exercising judicial power for being Article 99. We say, when it comes to the determination of tenure of members of parliament, it is only the High Court. And whether or not a person is duly elected or whether or not a seat is vacant, you can only go to the High Court. Now, say, Oko High Court wants to now put in Kugo. That's when you appeal to the Court of Appeal as the last resort. In fact, a person Supreme Court only to me, you can go to the Supreme Court. When it comes to Parliamentary Petitions or vacancy, you can go to the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal. And no, one share, if you're not the Supreme Court, now they are exercising judicial power. Therefore, Article 99. They will look only at 97. They will do matured review of the entirety of the Constitution and come out with a ruling. which may be inconsistent with the partisan legislative ruling. And to Simon Cemetery, in preference, and the argument, you take 97, you make political decision out of it, but the judiciary would take 97 and 99 and come out with a judicial decision.
Lawyer Pacho, Enra Minyan in TFI, lawyers be who say, let's say, technically speaking, we have 3 arms of government. Now, we be independent of each other. And so say, judiciary, no, legislature, no, I take a decision. Say Speaker of Parliament, now making that declaration now. Judiciary, no, and me overturn the decision of the Speaker of Parliament. And I'm catch myself, I did ready for me, inconsistent with the law because example, on say idea, narcotics, the band, the bear, mo de buying, say mobile licenses, I'm what to me, aqua could be a week kakra. Regulated that no Parliament and Edomusa Shasi, but Supreme Court can say Embrano, yeah, quite fast or man for so ye. They compelled Parliament to go back and redo it. Because I said, no, Bacho, Cheche Muka cry, say Speaker of Parliament and our Parliament, ethical decision over passing bread beer, and I said, Madiki declaration beer. A court, I will to me say, Umbetaka said the Parliament yeno or man ye it won't go for Frana.
Parliament, I want a physical budget, so Makatia. I want that.
It's a movement stronger than appetite.
Parliament, I want a physical budget, so Makatia. So I'm going to go no cry. So I'm some December, some of said they're my transfer. I want to be tried to Umbetia.
So there be.
Masha, ya moon yet sanko for them to just ask because when you're lawyer, I mean, lawyer, law is but a common sense. But never in article, when you be a family in article. Sabi, you didn't rabbi say, dear. Just say, you do a new fancy, oh, yeah, Ocean of the constitution, I see. The old idea back up the Constitution of Ghana. On one a executive on Parliament on judiciary on so independent. The budget to cross over approve meboa.
So and checks and balances.
That is the beauty of our democracy. Essential power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, can say, Central Parliament, woman, and constitution, yes, yeah. Friends, and now, can say, think of what they say, no, Uncle declare, say, a parliamentary system of government. Then go back declare, like a president or also, or a prime minister, and say, Otino, one, there's only now, I'm appointed a new prime minister. Now, no more approval. Na judicial in the baby, and can now more to and can they Monday almost so me. Or more betting us so me. One and so me. One and so me. I want to show me.
I say a judge for us.
Oh dear, there's nothing like strict separation of powers. There's interdependence of the arms of government. Each one depends on each other. All of the 3 of them, the source of their power is from the Constitution. And any act from any of them that is inconsistent with the Constitution is not a void. It's simple as that. That is the primacy and the supremacy of the Constitution, not Parliament. No Parliament. Parliament, you know. Okay, one can say 4-year term. One can. Is it by Parliament? Parliament only determine the term on member. Say 4 years. This is it. Can they increase it? Can they sit down and say, about rules and procedure? Increase it from 4 years to 6 years because can they do that? You can do it. And even the judges, can they nominate their own chief justice? Can they do it? They cannot do it. Yes,
balance. Say, Omukotinasi or Parliament. Na NDC for kase omo insist change na oba kwota majority side na MPP for enkwata minority side that will you be surprised?
Na make us say when it comes to people taking partisan legislative but the unfortunate thing is almost yes answer nobody on my for that is the unfortunate thing. We must respect each other.
It's a movement.
Anything that you do, I believe, sir. He has been a lawyer for so many years. I believe, say, just Sabone and Emma a lawyer for. It has a young one speaker. Our lawyer. Sebi. Because the lawyer sign a Supreme Court judge. It be a judge. So my after Sako and Munina. On just and my union yodium say, Bia, Crawford Pageneso. Said. Bibi a obey bia bisa ho se ebema oman na koso na se ebema oman na kwachiri ebema oman na koso a koso ye emum de obeye na ho ye beba man mu no sebe obufo se kronensi a wotimo bi seze ebia bi sit na ho ye ba me ye sure se ebia mo mranje mu betimi adwane bi ono ontimi nyane mezo bia mentimi nyane to hwe ye da je nam ne so ma bi be fie no o hwe ye na omo no kokko e san say if you don't respect the Supreme Court or if you I don't think he will do that but yeah it will be very unfortunate because Supreme Court no body and no one gina yentemo say I say ye we will descend to the jungle. You do jungle more na much of one baggy man of that. Who say, Sepio, Kwamwadi and Winnie, the entire Wutimin and more better, so they say, Obi was soon free of Timiako, and the Nipan Betum, and I beg him Patamount. The Ottoman begging Patamount, say, Niwa, as I want to see about Zenobia, as she was soon free, who we are here now, the Bako. Let us respect judicial decisions. Let us stop insulting our judges and our judiciary because the judiciary is the appetite. It is the center of our freedoms, the center of our liberties. So you free war, men are make a war. A political football game between the executive and the legislature. Also the almost supporters be much. Now if you only support one way, that's a court to new big diamawa. No therefore be anyone, which is our judges and our judiciary. You and I will see. It beholds on all Ghanaians. You will stand in any political, he said, and run it back. Open into court to catch a Mawa Supreme Court, people, only a function, it's Yaudia, and yet. So you see any paper. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. So you bow and show respect. Who win here, you bow and show respect and jubilate. You go and fight another day all the time. We should be very careful.
Lawyer Maxwell Pokwajiman, and then I pay dasi for your education. Then you may shake a bit and now trace and now one crying. Over Tracid, and Kobe Brace ye, and Kobe Bra as ye d. Na last week, yeah. You know, be more than 1,000 Ghanaians were called to the bar. Now, me Kaiser will time do the bar. You law school and for a so many ya. Now, me share me who write up be. Now, me say, oh, posterity will always favor a Drew. It's a me aduma next week. So with my banana can't ask any won't be why.
That's me. I mean, some.
I was for lawyer Maxwell Pokwajiman, former director Ghana Law School, and I Eddie and Komono. Someone who education what the abreye na last one no and I made the interest wapa say emre ni holo wudi ni kra wo se e fa God na Asare-Bediako no emre ni holo ma you can lay claim to that name your name wudi keke ya wa wuji so ma me no papa na wo a enkofo everything say your naming ceremony as wudi no e betima je we ka je say ah hwe na ukura ni go na Asare-Bediako eye me nso a he na ukura ko was me so na me call ye because me ho odin ni akogye firi wesem eti ye bibi a mo me anwene daachi enye ne nko a ebi mo dwene daachi 70 years ago and e beduru ese no ma and e gidi se Ghana e democracy a obi atimi ka de wono so epe no tumi aso ye ade a ye nwene daachi Peter
yes
na prof kaka me the way me show
no
me ka se be ma me article so dey wa yi kakra bi just yi kakra layman's opinion about the akoso nyina ne the price Lamax Bukwadima Ekayi. We just a minute.
But I dare professional and come present come call pa na. Management me and conquer. You near the Tonyama de it me chair kakra. And none mete was a band. In fact, me as mete West Trans number T.
Yes.
You mean because I was me interested in but me need so much contribution.
Yes.
But I started 2 days ago.
Yes.
A bedroom run himself some change
24 hours.
And now me shall say between resetting upgrade.
Majority leader 24 hours.
Okay. Somebody resetting. It's an interesting banter, yes. And it's all about development of democracy.
Yeah.
Adia yen fa a Janese kind and cocoon to Quadi. Yen famra. Yen fanka.
Okay.
But at least I'm happy. Say Ghana, you're quite but me can say, on my chance that way.
Yamad my Benada.
In fact, God mestre, this is my last call. Ye be some time ago. Yeah, elections. I signed in Contimana by your bronco for. It was so bad.
Yes.
My friends,
7th January 2020. Yes. 2021.
Beginning.
My friends outside, they were calling. Abrofo na se for. Then it's more crummy. Enum guase.
Yeah.
Me pese ifi ochina Tuesday no. Sadi be because Sunday idea me she one shot with Messi.
Me suspicion no.
Eni se ba. Enum guase. Hold on. Ti. Media na mati no.
As a betia Professor Asare-Bediako
Parliament way.
Crasism
does or Parliament way. Crasism. And
what's my bra? Why? Oh, trust me too.
Mr. Crasism and to trust him. A dos was out. It's our Parliament way. It's our Parliament way. So the Peter best started.
Peter, I remember one Peter. Who was Peter started?
Oh, the Yabeba Bagbin. I know so. Okay. But lawyer Casano or can be about Article 99, where he said, "Say it is only," and I say, Speaker Bagbin should have looked at Article 97 and Article 99, declaring a parliamentary seat vacant. Now, Okai na me Kai Bibia, Ebra, the then Speaker of Parliament, Mike Okwe, Eka say, former Formina MP, Anoy or MPP MP, a Siama seat, no, a vacant, no. The NDC minority, led by Dafiamapo, granted an interview. Now, my foot from the then MP, Formina MP, or say MP, Uncle Court, no Uncle challenge the decision of Speaker Aaron Mike Okwe. Yes. That was then. Share. We are granting interview with my Joy FM.
Radio,
and it's available. You can go online. Is there? I'll say minority MPs tell embattled Formina MP to challenge Speaker's ruling in court. And this is 9th November 2020. Minority members of Parliament, led by 8 Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, says the embattled Formina MP, Andrew Amwakon-Siama, should challenge the Speaker's ruling, declaring his seat vacant in court. Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo said the MP should invoke Article 99 of the 1992 Constitution for the High Court to determine the matter. Roxanne, a brebia ABC, even though no, is entirely different from what has happened now.
Yeah, and they are entirely different.
Oh.
And go from the same teaching. To what teaching.
Na no entirely different too. But Speaker Okwe declared seat vacant. No? The NDC then, led by Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo, echo to former MP for say Speaker Okwe need right to declare a seat vacant. Enti onko invoke Article 99 na lawyer Masropoku Ajima ekan ho asem no.
Yeah.
Now on fanko reverse that decision.
I see.
Ebio hwe mate say ebra Supreme Court rule say oh yemfa omo be hwe case no entem no. Ebi mu say ebi nsi da. Hwe me wo letter bi wa ha. Ora Thaddeus. Sorry. On na Speaker Bagbin Parliament ne lawyer. Case be by about interlocutory injunction bia na the firm apoya esiki ewo ekoba se LGBTQ sensem you ene ubekaya ministers na say approve omo okoje interlocutory injunction bi on say speaker or kasa or say he cannot be served on Tuesday now on Supreme Court acquire agreements the mandate is penny best serve woman when after making attempt to say or the injunction application you command and say oh wako seeking injunction they can hold on with then the decision to declare so Obeka Bibiafa case about the last 2 days no
that be about was it the only Supreme Court I said
or say only mandates yes
but that is a bunkum decision. Yes
if said
yes
speaker or say the injunction application from Afenyo marking because
or say Chief Justice Nema say you know guideline no say because privilege issues of privilege.
I give you what say agent.
Yes.
Let's say several parliament Tuesday was this young chairman to Adamra.
And say MPB Korea there and now Koji Boni Bia.
Never see a chairman.
Friday and now Tuesday. I say a train.
And said you better chamber by the time I'm Tuesday, man of one bullet.
But that is even a lie. T. When a lie, maybe I'm kind of be a choice. Oh, train me.
That's what I find yeah.
Train me back. At least there is precedence. Wabra NDC MP, the firm of the firm Okoji
see the speaker here no any ruling it was an information to parliament
and so there's nothing to mistake.
No you know why because the procedure speaker ni use here no it's wrong what I say the procedure speaker ni use here wrong it's no kasa no because the injunction na the firm Okoji about say you approve ministers. The last minister Akufo-Addo appointed here no. Who said back Bɛkyerɛ say or injunction to he cannot approve the ministers.
Yes.
Sa injunction Fatimu de no. Sa injunction hwɛ eda onya me quote no. Or say honorable members, I also bring to your attention the receipt of a process from a court titled Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo versus the Speaker of Parliament and the Attorney General suit number JI-12-2024, which process was served on the 19th of March 2024.
19th of March.
Tuesday.
19th of March.
Obia Pound check it. 19th of March.
Yes.
A Tuesday.
2024 year.
2024 yeah. 19th. It was a Tuesday.
First sitting day of the week.
This is his Onono Masemo. Say on he was served on the 19th of March 2024 an injunction motion on the notice seeking to restrain the speaker from proceeding with the vetting and approval of the names of persons submitted by His Excellency the President until the provisions of the Constitution are satisfied. Honorable members, in the light of the process, the House is unable to continue to consider the nomination of His Excellency the President in the spirit of upholding the rule of law until after the determination of the application for the interlocutory injunction by the Supreme Court.
Tobo VR. Let's see check date no. Check it. What check it? And report to Brian.
19th of March. Tuesday.
I checked before coming.
The VR official where say walk.
And I make the Peter Odibi now speaker chantro.
Okay.
Say it's only Mondays now. Say so.
March yeah. He was served on 19th of March.
Which was on
Tuesday. About the firm of Poya say all restraining Parliament from going ahead to work. I'm a OJ. Based on that, who want me approve ministers?
Now the fire for you.
Now afenyo ebe serve
Oh, every year be a club of a to the or to or oh, back your body. Oh,
yeah.
The piano so bad.
Natural body is only for you cry could be.
Everybody.
So, on Tuesday, yes, several. Emma OJ. Based on that, Parliament one year with Juma because also who uphold the rule of law. Wabra afenyo yes obe serve there. Otiatia nimpo. Emma warning clerk say why not say serve such a document on them now. Watch as it's only on Mondays pay.
But I think we should challenge the speaker.
Oh, he lied. He lied. Because wajibi on Tuesday pen. And there was the intro. And Supreme Court now mutana say and temonon so no. The toss will be edika etwaso no. Hwe, Mr. Tadia sorry. Or throw letter to the Chief Justice, copied to Richard the last guy, the Attorney General, and Amanda, and the relevant point, or say, after or setting in the case, no problem, and in a no, or say, it will accordingly be appreciated if the parties are given a very early date to expedite the hearing of the application pending before the court, and it was granted.
The request for early hearing
was granted. And it is a MPP, such a serious case about. I are turning constitution upside down.
Yes.
Now who apply to the CJ, and it happens all the time. Yes. Lawyers to be someone mechanical. You can apply to the CJ and you'll be given an expeditious trial. Okay. It's not new. Tadio sorry, yes.
Speaker of Parliament.
Ni lawyer. Atro ako CJ ho. Ama
Okay.
And you went on many instances. Omo etro and it's granted.
Abridgment of time.
Yes. Yes. Now, Speaker Badmin case, you know. In fact, mitie no. And a massa akope ni speech already and ni ruling no.
Oh, okay. Oh, my ruling prepared ruling.
Prepared ruling.
Oh, okay.
Me mistake or sanka. Oh yes. Unim okaya. Say o 2 year na odu baby no na okai. It no say okopim.
Okopim no na baby asa dia.
Because unim. So ohwe luckily enu anajo. Yes, send me a copy of their new standing orders.
Almost standing orders no. Say a part the SOBC no.
Now ohwe unse asana chase and how na start ewo Tamale. Or say how now say a brother mobile parliamentar they were going to send a motion to Parliament.
Motion and not petition.
Petition. That is at order 99.
Yes.
To Parliament.
Now we be no asa can talk of our framba.
Order 99 no. As a member may present a petition to the House if the member has previously notified the speaker. Say the or can so notify nanka or the petitioner ba.
Yes.
Parliament. And so or the bar, then the speaker shall refer the petition to the committee or any other relevant committee for investigation and report to the House within a period directed by the speaker, but not exceeding 30 days from the date of the reference, unless the speaker, after consultation with the leadership of the House, determines that a reference is not necessary because of the petition does not merit investigation.
Sarah Adwasafo.
Yes.
And then some members of Parliament they can say omo absent of Parliament
for some yes
it is said you
there was a petition.
There was a petition before Babin.
Yes.
And Babin referred that petition to the committee.
Yes. And to so kind and I say
even when the committee recommended that automatically
I'll say yes.
No, also no.
Was it no?
Yes.
Even that also no. He disagreed with the committee.
And to him say how na the petition by and I can refer to a committee nanka okay Supreme Court ruling na and right by and I almost say natural justice.
Yes.
There wasn't fair hearing. It think maybe the committee, maybe they could have formed maybe an ad hoc committee, would have invited them because in truth, the fact that Obi contested on the ticket of a political party doesn't mean a Nipano is a member of the party. And there are many examples from both parties.
Yes.
The fact say Obi contested MP on the ticket of a political party. Said Speaker Babin Kah said, who notices of poll chair say, for example, Siama contested on the ticket of MPP. Enunti, by that alone, Enunti, or a member or across capital, it's wrong because there are many examples that chair say, Obi Betima be a candidate for a political party. No yet a member of the party. For example, Nitu. Wabra Bimbila Ibn Chambers if you are a by election. No a PNC ni. The MPP or by MPP candidate. No, I'm not only member. What I say? Mankata or the by election. He was not a member of MPP, but MPP kofano man be jina on that. In any case, what MPP constitution now? The portion that says you must be a registered member of the party. Now, as I my contest of on the ticket of the party, no. That same constitution say the National Executive Committee and National Council may dispense off that portion. What I say? Enti OSHA qualification parliamentary. 1. The article selection of parliamentary candidate, article 12(4). Or say a member applying for nomination as the party's parliamentary candidate should be a known and active member for at least 2 years, provided that in appropriate cases, the National Executive Committee, in consultation with the regional and constituency executive, may dispense with this requirement. Enti me MPP, semenya MPP member mpa na Obuasi East.
Say we popular way.
Me wa adofu. The party can say oh, Peter, Bejina yen MIA. It doesn't mean say me a party member. And it has. There are many examples. Apart from that, all the qualification who person who qualify so Bejina MP on the ticket of a political party. Party ni betima pen say oh ya wave utimi eko. In any case, the NDC to about Ketu. To about no. Yeni adam for Edam Agbana. Any another Ketu Ketu South or Ketu North.
One of the
MP no.
Sitting MP.
Na electoral rules nimra. Any party no NDC constitution e say or say to a runoff and I say to a bill. The party functional executive committee now say oh yeah they na Edam Agbana.
New entrant no. Because the says we cause a can run now.
So the constitutional provision no the tone change. Emma Edam Agbana declare no against the Omar constitution and the party constitution there parties now to meet transit yeah they better tone change and I say for whatever reasons and the speaker Babin who notices of poll no case enunti who say notices of poll that alone say wa cross carpet to another party he's wrong.
There's a very important question.
Yes.
Speaker Nwankasa on his own volition.
Yes.
Ebetima take a decision without the prompting from anybody.
No. He cannot. But even because who speaker no member of parliament.
Exactly.
Na who say okay na or say or take a decision based on a statement or the 93 from a petition they adopted a two forcing approach which is order 93. Now order 93 no. Okay, order 93 now. A say speaker could not have done what he did because the order 93 in this say you only give a statement by a member. Order 93. By the indulgence of the House and the leave of the Speaker, a member may explain a matter of personal nature or make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance at the time the appointed for statement order 6. That is okay order anymore. You better man the time say or make a statement. So the proposed statement shall be admitted by the speaker with or without modification. The text of the statement as admitted shall be read when a member is called upon to make the statement. A statement other than a personal statement may be commented upon by other members for a limited duration of time not exceeding 1 hour. Into this order and bargain because kind of rule not say
but there is some continuation issue. There should be continuation because at the time our statement there are instances where stations no more debate in India. If the thing is so grievous, important, the speaker will have to refer the matter to the comments.
Yes,
with the comments, everything in the clerk for. No, even to a committee. Sometimes to a committee for them to bring their report.
Yes, I will say okay. The speaker shall cause to be transmitted to the clerk. Statement admitted to be made on a particular day to be advertised on the order paper for the purpose of notice to members.
Yes.
But the point is that he could not have pronounced a ruling
based on a statement.
On a statement. At best, you should have referred it to the clerk for members, after members are making comment, or the member committee to also make a recommendation or a decision. Then, order.
Baby statement,
The statement there.
You read it.
Ruling. Automatically, Haruna Ade would have gone to a committee.
And that is where the Supreme Court saying the rule of natural justice would have come in.
The people would have been called.
What you say? But he adopted a statement which by parliamentary practice, he should not have even given the ruling. But the best start case no court. The approach alone,
procedurally wrong.
wrong.
Okay, now let me share the introduction.
Oh, you saw the order 93 now.
I was honorable members. I make this formal response to the House in relation to a matter of significant parliamentary and constitutional importance.
Yes. And a statement important.
Yes. What's the constitutional importance? Does it lie in your mouth to
rule on it?
On the constitutional issue?
Yeah. But meanwhile, in his own statement, meanwhile, in his own statement, or say the issue of interpretation and enforcement of the Constitution lies in the bosom of the Supreme Court and not that of the Speaker.
So what did he do?
Yeah.
Story was saying
ready. In fact,
there's nothing to be stayed. That Fiamepo on LC Hortis Speaker Babe's declaration for 6 vacant.
Yes.
Baby, I was saying, make what down quotation. Was saying, what is the Supreme Court staying? What order? There is nothing to stay. This is a non-executable order. The Speaker gave information to Parliament. He stated that Speaker Babin did not issue a ruling but merely shared information with Parliament based on the petition filed by Tamale South MP Haruna Iddrisu. Has Haruna Iddrisu filed the petition?
No, it is Ato forcing. So he lied. It's not true. Haruna didn't file anything.
Or say first, he's admitting say Babin did not give a ruling. There's no vacancy created.
So then if there was no
ruling, how I don't know. I'm some majority.
Why did they say we a majority?
But that is a contradiction and said it.
John Mahama say na majority no Yakupon aye a chess signs of good things to come.
Yes.
Say Yamia 2025 no on majority and then have executive powers. John Mahama the kind.
you will be you say sometimes who running verbal diarrhea one say be another constipation of thoughts. We no more no. A total confusion even within the minority. First of all, the ATN is they plan. They have planned say they were going to lay an ambush on the majority side. Yes. And at the end leaky. Yes. Leaky and now I say through petition, the petition be quite speaker. Actually, OTA majority leader Alexander from your Makina, Arona's petition was actually presented to the speaker. Okay. It was received,
but they did not adopt that.
They did not even adopt that one. They do not go that route because Omonim said if they had considered that petition, the matter would have been referred to a committee, and that would have taken some time. Such charade of temporal hallucination or mokoye, no say omanya anka it would have taken some. Even lifetime of this parliament have even elapsed into omonya. Until to go the short way, and they say ma ato force and minority the one statement on the floor, and they say this is of urgent nature, important in omoye no speaker say he should be given 2 days to well-reasoned ruling. He himself also well-reasoned ruling because this is of national importance.
It would say you were bogus rulings
also well-reasoned ruling.
It would say you were ruling but there was a so-called well-reasoned. Yes, this is so empty.
Yes,
flawed.
Into all the buy and no now or Lulu say or in fact if you read the whole thing crash landing baby omo.
Yeah, I'm the difference between Okwedi and we nothing. No,
okay.
Okay. Okwedi no. Okay,
Professor Michael Queen.
Hey, sorry.
Professor Aaron.
That would Aaron put yes.
Professor okay, the venerable.
The political scientist, the lawyer. Oh no, dear no. When a Koba said for me na MP yes obeko independent no. O kind the MPP constitution na. There's a part on go to 9 forfeiture. Go to 9.
Say we are watching say
go
to on the ticket of another party.
Go to page 16.
And I say o support another person.
Go to page 16.
You forfeit any ampa. A member of the party who stands as an independent candidate against the officially elected member of the party, or who joins or declares his or her support for another political party or for an independent candidate when the party has sponsored a candidate in a general or by-election, automatically forfeit his or her membership of the party. So they see.
Read the next one. Read it too.
Okay. Whenever a member ceases to be a member through resignation, expulsion from the party, or forfeiture of membership, the person may reapply for membership of the party, and the person may be readmitted on conditions provided in the constitution, except where the National Executive Committee decides otherwise.
Yes.
Which means that even when you cry no,
the forfeiture no,
the NEC can decide.
Yes.
So who cry
the forfeiture no can juma.
The NEC.
If the party so decides, say even though you have gone to join or you automatically forfeiture. Even the next one, the party NEC can decide say no.
Yes.
Even that forfeiture no, they are chill. When would they back come back?
Obi 7 probably for said the message say almost say yam to a was
and church near Manu.
Professor Michael Quaid. Okay. And then the Babin, dictator Babin, I am.
Okay.
Or say almost yam to a bus in teaching.
Okay.
But Professor Michael Quaid, relative to a Samadin.
Yes. And I make say, I don't know.
And then my main catch or general manager, Chris Okweku, my man up to 11 o'clock. And never see. Okay. If you start saying almost 10 minutes to 8. Okay. It's the 1 hour the account. Okay. And 1 hour no, you must use it judiciously. And then the moon could be able to take it to send it by all right.
article 9 here making kan ye eche say uko join another party and so uko independent party no etimi yiwedi
okay
enti ebra formina MP ye na adwene say obekọ independent ewo formina no the party na se nipa no ye secretary John Bodu actual letter to speaker Professor Okwe Parliament say in fact formina MP were forfeited the membership of MPP
okay
at the time and I'm saying no he is no more a member of MPP.
Yeah.
It was based on that. And okay, once a party now at the time, no. You cannot be a member of parliament.
On the ticket of that party.
On the ticket of the MPP.
Yeah.
At the time, no MPP ni. And MPP based on Article 9, who say will go against the party rules. But neck and fan channel. And I'm saying they wrote to Parliament, say constitution no, MPP constitution no were breached. Into onka MPP who bio. Na so onka MPP who bio dia. Na ontimi nyina MPP ticket so. And I'm sa and Speaker Professor Okwe Jina so e declare the seat no vacant.
Okay.
And no is different from
it is a say Cynthia Mamle Morrison.
Yes.
And Kodwa Asante.
Yes.
Funny say.
Obuafo. Yes. Suhum. Yes.
And this me a funny say.
Aka.
Kwachaka. Amenfi. Yes.
Kwachaka na yesa.
Wadamfo.
Petroleum year.
Peter.
Kwachaka. Marine. Yes. Marine.
Yes.
I mean for no.
Oh no.
Hey. I'm saying for about them sir. You see, I think what me. See, if you are not a renegade, you won't do it. When you group theory, just say a greedy person. Unless you say there's so much evidence, you say primaries I will call you. Party nankasa gange up against you. Every material. And I say, or my restraining from you know, dear, what can I say more be few?
There are issues. Unim say or contested primaries, no.
Okay.
Ena Olusu ye.
Okay.
Emma Wadamfo Jan.
Oh.
Yes. Olusu ye no. Ena NDC constitution actually say before ube yes ube ye NDC candidate no so ye registered member of the party and yes. A registered voter.
Yes.
Ena member bi ehun say Wadamfo Joanna Jan.
Yes.
Oba be contest no. Of 4G EC ID card. Okay. Into ordinary court. It's at the time of contesting no unqualified. To the Joanna Jan court. And okoji injunction to so. In the case ne cost na NDC hu sampa or my mistake. So they nullified the election. They nullified the election. Now we set another date for election. Rerun. And Akwachaka file say obe contested.
By then, my men no he was
qualified. Wakako J EC card any party card ni na qualify. Na Kwachaka call vetting no. And now disqualify no. For anti-party behavior.
Hey!
Yes. Because say or no na ko share obi achi the case ni court.
Anti-party.
It's omu here no na omu statement say.
Very relative.
Omu here na omu statement say ono anka say pull you out.
Omu issue statement man.
Man. So and also ono on pull you out. Na ade a o ma ye no odwo won tie ase say. Ono enti eno ho yaw. And a man say independent. Yes. Man ko contest no on lose. And no sa ko independent e be support.
Okay.
Now, and this is Morris in there.
Abra you would change sem no mo. Yenua Krobia Kwabna Asante. What the message be was a Gordon. If with honorable Siama. Professor Okwe didn't take a decision at a go.
No.
he wrote to Esiama on October 14th after receiving the petition on October 13th, which Esiama didn't respond. So Speaker took a decision on November 8th with a motion date difference.
Yeah, fair hearing.
Oh, what's it? When he speaking Kratano 13th October. And I dear Chinye, or talk at a commercial say, Asama will party for at the Abremini. We are no say, was one of boys Sama and responded. It show from 13th October, Professor Michael Kwe etching chance what November 8th. Where this is fair-minded person and person with cool head. Say a person what game shady, but not me who said the means hot-headed Speaker of Parliament and overly partisan Speaker of Parliament. Say, whoa, you go down in history as the worst Speaker of Parliament and the most expensive Speaker of Parliament.
Who do you blame? Wabra, yes, a could baby. No, but apart from that, Speaker Bagwin, Wabra, nin sense same be expenses, same be or two coin, any hospital, people be ninkophobia, so on story. Nya before and stop us omunyai. MP before, na stop no. Eh, double salary. Bisa wada for abronye, bra wabre. Boniti su sa so onyayo. Some
Kwakuda President Shia Media.
Also, Bissano question.
That Robusa question, Mr. President.
Or say 50-50.
That was the first time, man. President Kufuor, maybe African president, what's a Proportionality President Kufuor, but that is the first time, man. I can't go for a men's yes.
Oh, 50-50. Na case better go for 50-50. Oh no.
Papa, we are no confronting.
Case better go for 50-50.
Say okay. Papa, we are the confronting. I may become MPP member. And in the courage.
Oh,
Charlie.
If the political parties, NPP and NDC, if NDC could have used their constitution, because already on constitution now, the chapter 8, talks about anti-party behavior and then say over support to another party in Humanuma. So the article 9 of NPP, the NHR now. If they have quoted that, no more throw letter bread Parliament. Now Parliament bisa for them to confirm or deny their position now. No, take a decision here. I would have supported it. What you say? And then maybe we can go for constitutional interpretation of Article 99, 97, and even 96 in the example. But you cannot decide to make a statement our Parliament. Now now speaker me money well-reasoned ruling on a matter or no agitum say and resided with him, but the sole right of the Supreme Court ever declare seat vacant there, then there's a problem. Ebio, what kind Speaker Okwe ne decision now or announce to declare seat vacant now? He was careful. Or say with all intent and purposes, he is no longer a member of the party. He has pronounced himself publicly as an independent candidate and has filed his papers to compete against the party as an independent candidate on December 7th, 2020. Having forfeited the membership of the party on whose ticket he was elected to Parliament, the operative language of the Constitution is that he shall, which is mandatorily, vacate his seat in Parliament. Accordingly, it will be absurd that a sitting MP will be campaigning against the party that he or she represents in Parliament. No purposeful interpretation of the law will allow such ridicule to prevail. Article 97(1)(g) of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana states that a member of Parliament shall vacate his seat in Parliament if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time to join another party or seeks to remain in Parliament as an independent member. So here, Article 97(g) now. Mene how do I debate is when him say
I totally agree with even Professor Okwe. And I agree. I disagree. I totally disagree with Professor Okwe then, and I totally.
Oh no.
I totally disagree with Babin.
No. Okay. Well, me, I don't disagree with Okwe because party constitution now.
Yes.
A say who can support another party.
Yes.
Now the two support another party. What free party anymore? Even though yes, there's a room say party between there a chow.
Was that what happened? Was that what happened in the case of Isiama?
No.
Isiama.
No, at that time.
Yes.
Yes, that's what happened.
What happened? For future parliament?
No. Can the Article 97
no crown made the case.
A member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. The relevant portion, the G, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party or seeks to remain in parliament as independent member.
At the time of his election, was that what happened to Isiama?
No. At the time of his election, he was a member of MPP.
Yes.
And halfway through, or no, I said we're free party anymore. Free party man, then you should forgo your seat.
That's not. That's not.
No. Why you saying it? Why you saying it? No. Why you saying it?
Why you saying it?
He was a member of one party.
Why you saying it? And
or move call another party.
Quite different from Isiama.
No. How? No. What is the difference? Chim.
Why you saying it? No. Now yeah. Obia himself. Oh yeah. MPP member.
Yes.
Because of that one sensem. And oh yeah. Nigeria say or call NDC. To call NDC now call Jina as NDC candidate for.
No, or they can't move now.
No. Wait, I'm giving you the
okay, what do
you me? Because when him say I'm proud of you. When I'm training, and today I'm so much proud of him. When I'm training,
the pride of every
parent. Until oh yeah, me ba I'm training, I say oh yeah, they crowd me. So you say
no.
Why you saying So yes. He contested Tamale Central as NDC candidate and all winning here. Oba Parliament 2005 Parliament no. Over NDC no man who say he did not NDC near no on to me. He did not belong say to that party and therefore he wanted to go back to his party MPP, the original party MPP. And was sorry on the floor of Parliament. Who tell me?
Yes.
Say he was crossing over to join MPP say Waja NDC.
Yes.
Parliamentary strictly article where it kicks in article 97.
So when you cross
carpet, it's about cross carpeting.
So free party.
Free party.
Another and it's our party now Juma or parliament.
No, he was joining.
That's all joining. Juma.
Yes, he was joining cross carpeting. Yes. And I said by the constitution.
And what your physical.
But
you see, and also over to us, it makes sense because him say Obu I be or to Abama as MPP MPA. Najin say we MPP need not to Abama. So another party.
I'm so happy that you are making my case. I'll come there. So of course you over no. Of course you over no. And as Speaker Bɛkyerɛ says youth. I can say no. Once you have carpeted.
No, at the time it was
such youth.
There is such a youth or second term. First term no. Alajiti. Alajiti. First term.
Say I only see 2002 and
then I'm more confusing. Such youth. Alajiti was 2001.
2001 to 2005.
That was first one, second, and Akufo-Addo second term na making here. Bɛkyerɛ said
second term.
Yes, Bɛkyerɛ said use. One now can say NDC proposal Alajete and all lose.
Yes.
That was our parliament, 2005 parliament.
Okay.
And to make I have long-standing parliamentary coverage. Intimacy Bɛkyerɛ said use.
Okay, but if the confusion is saying,
that parliament was same way
by 2002.
Yes, and that time no, it was parliament. No, that parliament was speaker, Alajete was the speaker.
Yes.
But the sixth of or the early day, 7th January of 2025, on a year election.
Okay.
NDC proposal Alajete and MPP proposal Bɛkyerɛ Sechi Hughes and MPP won, and then Bɛkyerɛ Sechi Hughes became speaker of that parliament from 2025 to 2005. Sorry. To a friend said the next election.
Okay.
So it was.
Yeah, you are right. 2006.
Exactly.
You are right.
2006 na DNC. It was Bɛkyerɛ Sechi Hughes.
Yes.
And I catch it. And I said you have down cross carpeting, proper cross carpeting. That one automatically Article 96 G automatic because it is very clear on the face of a provision. And also once you have done that, your seat, you yourself, it was declared vacant.
Yes.
I know you're automatic.
In fact, one people was say, I am now cross carpeting to my party
origin. And like I said, once you have the cross carpeting, automatically, I know there you don't need interpretation, you don't need anything. It's automatic. And that's what the import of Article 96G. Read it again.
Yes.
That's the import. In this instance, until the seat was declared vacant, that's where Minia Penny ABA Enusaf Seni became a member of parliament. After that.
Wait, to one second.
Yes.
Wait, GND.
Yes.
March 3, 2006.
Yes.
Was it the speaker, Mr. Ebenezer Bɛkyerɛ Sechi Hughes, on Friday declared the Tamale Central Constituency seat vacant, following the resignation of the member of parliament for the area, Professor Al-Hassan Wayuseni, on Thursday. Before declaring the seat vacant, the speaker told the House that he had received communication from the member of parliament confirming his carpet crossing from the NDC to his mother party MPP. Mr. Sechi Hughes quoted Article 97 of the Constitution and stand under 80 and declared the seat vacant in line with provisions of the two documents.
So you see, that is classic case of Article 97G. Because first of all, Nipano was cross carpeting. And now based on the cross carpeting, to join his original party, while resigning from the party in that instance, you don't need any a interpretation and on the face of the provision, a clear cut. Because Constitution talks about that. And now you're declaring vacant. In this instance of Honorable Esiama, which MPP wrote to, I am saying, MPP and Professor Okwe were wrong. No. Just like, let me explain. They were wrong, just like Babin so wrong. And my lawyer now backing me on this point here, Professor Azar. Kwekwaza. On this matter, you were just saying, the person Esiama came to Parliament on the ticket of MPP, a particular Parliament, and that Parliament, people of Formina voted for him based on the fact that he was MPP.
Yes.
So in that Parliament, no matter what happens, he is still a member of that party in that particular Parliament. Nothing changes it. But he declared his intention that next Parliament, he was going to stand in a futuristic in the next Parliament as independent candidate. How does that affect the current partner or buyer as a PP member and PP Ottomano? No. How does it affect it?
That's so. On what you say? Yes, me MPP ni nam the bar Parliament. Yes. Maybe a year or
Yes, you can stand, either you stand for a party without being a member of that party,
yes,
or you can go and stand as independent candidate.
Yes.
In that particular Parliament, people of Formina voted for him because he was an MPP member.
Yes.
Or he is an MPP member.
Yes. And also we're free. Or in
next Parliament or he will no longer stand on the tickets of MPP. And actually so we're free in the current Parliament.
No, it is because you're antending.
Oh, you don't have to turn and count. Because he came to that Parliament based on the fact that he was LPP. That's why they voted for him.
Yes.
What can vote to as a Okojina as independent or we need, the people MPP had a candidate in Formina.
Yes.
And yet the people believed in him as independent candidate.
Yes.
He came to parliament as an independent candidate because the people of Formina trusted his independency. Say we're independent. That's why they voted for him. So in future, no, I declare say in future parliament he wants to be a member of MPP in the next parliament. Why would you take him out?
I think say see
area. The Supreme Court.
Exactly.
But
this is
me. I disagree with you.
This is commonsensical argument.
Once nipa na jitum. Me view ni
say why free party.
Wanya say interview. Of course, okwe nso ko ya. Wan fi anko ko ya. And on the facts ni two nanima. Anka hono nko anka ye be hu ni stand. Based on that, okwe would have been right. And of course, because one kono, okwe had to take a decision on him.
That is why.
So maybe Supreme Court will interpret.
It is better for Supreme Court to do the interpretation. But I said I disagree with MPP and Professor Okwe then, as I disagree with vehemently. Say a vehement disagreement with Speaker Babin.
Why?
Because what he did was, I call it, and what the NDC people did was temporal hallucination. To say Omoya majority, premature ejaculation. Because in this instance, it is a young mama say, because they have seen say Niama no Omoya no charade. That is why Joy FM start interviewing on money the firm that Babin did not give a ruling. Even though he himself said he was going, they should give him 2 days to give a season ruling. Or say there was nothing to set aside because there was no ruling. He only gave mere information to the House. Information in the
mere information there, and you cannot act on the mere information.
How will you act on the mere information? And you say we are majority. Mere information are also why a majority.
Mere information from where? And from who?
From Babin, Speaker Babin.
On one say.
And now based on mere information, almost say a majority within seconds. And now
no, you see now reality is dawning on them.
Also by God's own wisdom has declared them majority.
All right, so I think say yeah was still now. Say I was still and that's a who offended
since they say the AC say Supreme Court. In fact, my tier or more minority chief whip say, just say Supreme Court now the Deba Parliament for them to move. Oh, already Abuja, I think whether it's fake or tweeted, say they are not moving or more a majority.
But then at the family person say Speaker, I'm making declaration.
You know, I'm a contradiction here with even with total confusion with even minority caucus. Total confusion. Planning from the beginning was wrong and the end is wrong. And now Tuesday, Beka said, okay, said Peter, the beginning of this parliament almost dressed white.
Yes,
said they were in majority side. And now I don't know what happened. Nyankopon Kasede Omokasa ya. They left out and went to the minority side. That is what they plan to do. You know, I have said the Omoye now was to test the resolve of the Supreme Court because this packing, Omoka said President Akufo-Addo only say Omasa take deliberately Omoye to test the resolve of Supreme Court. Say Omobeye, Omunim say Supreme Court better not.
So they know say it's wrong.
They know say you're wrong, and they deliberately did so that them no call Supreme Court na say a court tia omo ruling ni tia omo na say yakaye. Say President Akufo-Addo or party Supreme Court to deliver cases in favor of government and no agenda. You haven't seen they've started, even including some lawyers who should know better. Or when you started, or you know about who say it's so surprising. It's curious. What is curious about taking a matter of a constitutional matter like this to court, the highest court of the land to determine? What is curious about it?
Now, Utie Professor Kofi Abuchi so swag.
Yeah, say more, Peter.
Unim maintain but my kind Joy FM, you know. I think there's a bit of misreportage from Joy FM. No.
Because I would have been surprised.
No.
You know, Peter,
I think Joy FM they've not been fair.
You know my stance when it comes to Professor Kofi Abochi.
Yes,
Peter,
yes,
you know
Yeah.
how I respect him. How I knew say when it comes to matters of law, it's something that I like listening to. But reportage, I mean, who we are not. It's really true.
Oh,
then,
he said BB. He said BB to that effect. But okay, Joy FM report now. Cut down. Then he brings clarity. So the Supreme Court can still go ahead and anyway. Almost say Supreme Court may not be able to override Speaker's ruling on 4 vacant seats, Professor Abochi. How? That's the headline.
Even when laws passed by Parliament and all by Supreme
yes,
Court,
I mean, then
it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
it will not make sense.
It's not fair. Now, I think that people close to him must draw Joy FM attention, not on your correction. Because why? Remember that LI on bill on broadcasting. Parliament passed the bill, assented by President. Wabra implementation best start na Obiko challenge the constitutionality of it. I was Supreme Court.
Give back for you.
Yes, and the Supreme Court Bui said it was unconstitutional. Up to now, Emrano, ya pass it, ya print it, ya gazette it, and so it's of no consequence. I don't assume. But you see, Kofi Abochi there no, o bad down after okay now, or say, okay, Oba be wie kura no, Joy FM report na or say the ruling, the decision leaves the opposite baby. Ono actually say what the Supreme Court can do is to question whether or not the circumstances for the exercise of the power have risen or whether or not he has exceeded his speakership powers. Unquote. So in that same report,
yes,
Osi Kofi Abochi said, what the Supreme Court can do is to question whether or not the circumstances for the exercise of the power have risen or whether or not he has exceeded his speakership powers. Unquote.
But is that before the Supreme Court?
No.
What he suggested?
Yes. It will be because it is before what he did purported to have interpreted Article 97.
Yes, he gave a ruling on Article 97.
Yes,
he interpreted it.
So Supreme Court can work on that.
And what Kofi Abochi says the Supreme Court can decide say Speaker Babin or Kasano or go overboard and now say it was within his
the Speaker the Parliament Supreme Court can say Parliament should recognize the 4 as members
until they'll continue with the case.
So the case will be heard.
You heard the details of the case.
So proper interpretation of Article 97 and
it could be even Article 97 and the 99.
Yes.
It could be.
And so Kofi Abochi's point, I think there's a problem with the report.
What kind?
First part, first part, no contradicting.
Contradicting the last part.
No, Jai.
Please, for your 1 year today, anyway, I have
a side issue to talk about.
Okay, don't worry. I have a radio 95.9. I say SIA. I said Musaya Movement Television. If I'm God Asare-Bediako, Mene MP49, and then yet I said Dinko, Audu Mahama, or managing editor, custodian newspaper, Peter Nkuma, a deputy editor. I would make any na Peter Nkuma, a deputy, you mean your penny Audu Mahama, and now managing editor, a custodian newspaper, and a Munya Kuma, Peter Nkuma, also a deputy editor. Daily Dispatch newspaper and then na papa of a penimu Professor Asare-Bediako as also 1 year dean Professor Papa Dean Faculty of Finance and Accounting UPSC also better say MI Dean Kumo and na ya offer dodo na mentor lawyer Max Opoku Ajeman do your tap friend Adro na ono Adro kasa 5 minutes wa mo ma media.
Oh, and the men no, and the oh, yeah, ni papa, mommy dear, me mommy say,
lawyer Max Opoku Ajeman,
any anti B, I don't know, pay me, anti B,
and run upon me. Cafe quite my body say ground or the me quite
Cosiesie. So I say Cosiesie.
No, but say Mamentia to Billy Sarita and Mary. Brad George, who okay with me chow. It's a yako, Ubutu Bogu, Ubutu Bogu is a yako, maybe I won't pay piano. Michel be a washer now, especially more among the messages. Brian, don't na musi nimo, but we really appreciate your contribution to enriching the program. No, the Massipanko will be at the various articles about we can see. Now, we are share some message with was saying NDC MPs to repeal e-levy as they take over Parliament. Dominic Ayine, who the show. Me, can't opposition lawyers are. Me respectable pa Dominic Ayine me respect the papa but anyone again
oh Charlie
et go fia bochas wakan was it
omo ho a we dia we NDC ni Ayine dia Dr. Ayine dia we NDC ni
nya dia wo bugina
ono NDC ni e na ono no wa ya nyina me ya miensa wa nyina respect no when it comes to law. He is highly respected and a good lawyer, so obia even across political divide obuno so he's a perfect gentleman, but that be said there no politics na was a former deputy attorney general MP for Bogatanga East constituency. Dr. Dominic Akrutenga Ayine has served notice that come Tuesday October 22 members of the National Democratic Congress will proceed with parliamentary business, even if their MPP colleagues boycott the House. The MPP members, led by Afenyo Market, declared a conditional boycott of the House following Speaker Babin. According to Dr. Ayine, the new regime in quote to in inverted committee said, "Yeah, I think it's part of the satire."
Was it the new regime will kick in on Tuesday when sitting resumes, and on behalf of the electorate, they in the NDC will do what is possible and just, including repealing acts that are repealable.
You see, there are issues, sir. Even Omoamunim said there are decisions. If they wanted to, even with their speaker to take, they cannot. Because at the moment, only 136, and yes, sir. Said there, if they agree with what Speaker Babin did, Peter Omoya in 136. There are decisions on the floor of Parliament. The membership will have to be more than half. Some cry 2/3. So decisions be now take.
Mr. Sadipacho, every my video be Muntaka.
Decisions, most of the decisions at Parliament we have to take but more than half of the membership.
Video be Muntaka Mubarak. Video be me send the man a source on a joy or your interview our joy news. And in the Yamo Nagana for Inti Asama Muntaka Mubarak a kanye a fast speaker of Parliament. My mention say May Atumwa Naka Minchantum CCA Nagana for Inti Asamoah Muntaka Mubarak and this member of Parliament for Aswasi, the Ashanti region a kanye. Oh, Mahu has said, Timsatan am the man, and Timsati Pacho, Yenchantum. Why? Yam say inyam ma honomo ma de ni inyantum etu de hwehwe na ye ho adwuma mame abra yedi enkomo no na awsenka lawyer Alexemfi kan ye ho na wonya emergency bi osane me message earlier say wo hwe say otimi edilime de kuta adwene be 839 na but ontimi mbai say wo ye ayi kakra say feasible a ye ne bekasa ewo ahoma no so ma minti kakra.
I'm sorry I'm saying this because this is my favorite speaker. I mean you I can tell you. You whip your members. I can tell you that if there's a member of Parliament today in this house who, if I were a Suku fan, will enjoy the reign of this speaker, I don't think anybody will have enjoyed his reign better than me.
I mean, he owes his speakership to your whipping abilities.
Just as I would disagree. I won't say because Babin is my favorite speaker.
Have you told him this, that he's become a tyrant directly? Because you have a clear line of...
I have said that several times.
And what is his response?
He disagrees with me, but I tell him that, tell me what chief does. A chief will do in his palace. If he says anything, that's fine. That's what chiefs do. That's what chief, but you are not a chief. You are supposed to be a Speaker of Parliament. And the Speaker of Parliament listens to both sides and patiently, even where there's disagreement. And that's the essence of democracy. To sometimes even disagree, agree to disagree. But where you personalize it and make it look as if a disagreement is a disrespect to you, or it's an affront to you, or it's like denigrating you, then I'm sorry, then you'll be a bad speaker. And for nothing, this is where I respected Professor Kwe. Where you have all the leaders teaming up and agreeing on something, he will easily abandon.
He built consensus on both sides.
Far better
than your own NDC.
I'm saying it without an apology. He
Speaker
built
of Parliament.
Kwe built consensus far better.
Mesambo bi me say ade no antime anu misasante hontem. Misasante mesa de amaw na wabo yes by consensus wa ha so no likely see by 10:30 we bring it to a close alamebwa and by consensus yes, so we are masters of our own rules that's why the fact say general manager am 11 no why very magnanimous but yes you are using it judiciously into no time there of sense and is council ebum besides the batch say you ready the fact so na mensa mo but in all this
a Supreme Court too. Okay, Justice Appel. In all this,
okay. Okay,
He's he a tyrant?
He's becoming. And I'm sorry I'm saying this because this is my favorite speaker. I mean you I can tell you.
You whip your members
I can tell you that if there's a member of parliament today in this house who, if I were a Suku fan, will enjoy the reign of this speaker, I don't think anybody will have enjoyed his reign better than me.
I mean, he owes his speakership to your whipping abilities.
Just as I disagree with Professor Kwe, I disagree a number of times with Duajao. I won't say because Babin is my favorite speaker.
Have you told him this, that he's become a tyrant directly? Because you have a clear line. I have said that several times. And what is his response?
He disagrees with me, but I tell him that, tell me what chief does. A chief will do in his palace. When he says anything, that's fine. That's what chief, but you are not a chief. You are supposed to be a Speaker of Parliament. And the Speaker of Parliament listens to both sides and even where there's disagreement. And that's the essence of democracy. To sometimes even disagree, agree to disagree. But where you personalize it and make it look as if a disagreement is a disrespect to you, or it's an affront to you, or it's like denigrating you, then I'm sorry, then you'll be a bad speaker. And for nothing, this is where I respected Professor Kwe. Where you have all the leaders teaming up and agreeing on something, he will easily abandon.
He built consensus on both sides.
Far better
than your own NDC.
I'm saying it without an apology. He built
Parliament.
Kwe built consensus far better than we are having now. Because you see, I mean, I'm sorry I'm saying this, and I'm the one saying this. When you make it difficult for others to even air their views before you, they simply fold their arms.
Have you folded your arms?
I would never. I'm not the type who folds their arms. I will challenge it anytime. I will challenge it anytime, any day, unless I'm not given the opportunity to speak.
Right. Until we Mutaka Mubarak, you wrap up our honorable.
Say many Peter. No unrepentant supporters of Muntaka. Even though Peter, then they are announced publicly. Also, he will challenge it. Also, a challenge here. There was a pointer last all the year. Majority that sit down. Yes. He shouted, sit down, Muntaka never sat down.
I will catch and say, I will
never recognize you. And also, if you don't want to recognize me, it's so be it. He never sat down.
And DK be at no. Chami to me say uncle for buse as if say mini video no. A popular request. Chami to me uncle. Maybe I make your street. For you use your head and use your hand. You for
Is it witches and wizards who are working? Really?
Mama, jump. I want a condom. Mama, jump.
The money. The money.
akwakofa shashi girl bi call girl and oh no but listen to the conversation when na ba beda no otua nika and a very cheap so that be a very cheap so 200 Ghana cedis call girl
200 cheap is
yes a low grade 200 cedis
sir
call girl 200
high one you're saying
minimum but 200 cedis per day
no say how does he know say 200 cheap if he doesn't know the high one
now they call assignment taifa and then friends some date na way some dey
say last me won say oh bo say nyina ya juma wa labo ya fa to go embassy sa na say omo njina ho ya say omo use digitalized system
yes omo app bi
omo ye you don't need to go they don't need to
now unim say we internal NDC ntokwa o because unim say unim say
no
DKB no unim say DKB no NDC youth organizer and a train no through the youth program no or train the band no or or launching youth
program
manifesto no inviting on the Adam for or no or Shenechi Buano Mani Yenuman boy NDC.
Okay.
Until or mistake no. Now unim we are Samij Vinso or no Pablo or more
I'm spoiling the market price. But 200 is added. Too low grade. I've been too low grade. And a decade profile. I've been to
the entire maybe so much said be lower than 200. Until I miss 200 maybe.
Hey, how do? What anyway?
That's a documentary.
How do you know?
No, wait, documentaries baby.
What anyway?
If I say NDC for big car say first na show yeah oh yeah.
I got 2 minutes here upon.
Esa show oh
then kawasem no na nyen
kawasem.
Asem no ne say nansan ya nema be cost for energy front, energy sector, electricity sem doom so. Onim asogli onim say asogli for menim say omonkwa na government edi omoka and almost almost shut it down operations. What I'm hearing is they generate about over 500 megawatts of power and almost shut it down until more pressure back energy sector power sector over here now say and rami area ho type for ono ya the whole night and no pay me by night crowd around a not light in the hall across what areas be pray. What is the problem with Asogli? Are they the only people are buying Eddie Omoka and now say a deliberate work on person or more chinchinana dum sombrana abino enya disaffection ba ewa abine side. Government will have to sono asogli. Togbe afede. And then call for. No call for omo kwa omo so ma shut down. Menim say omo kwa na abide omo ka omo yes ade no. But I see some your friends saying I smell Miss umbrella. It was adjuma mu. Abine on shining the eyes. To prevent any doom so ebeba in these days to elections because ebinuma I say nema bebre omeye to put paint about way in a bad light no more yeah. Omo started demonstration EC register amfa. Omo call IPAC. Omo amfa hwanko amfa. Demonstrations are you say yebeko strike. I be nemu techire mother one no amfa ena side one so no omo force ya say ebefa emfa. Nema bebe omo kwachi a say last person omo ye ni the AC or parliament. And also say PFC amfa. Say the last straw no maybe on be holo on maybe the power sector. Abai no onye the so be. Na electricity no Ghanaian.
My whole story be or Asase Radio. Or see leaked NDC strategic document. Will Muhammad dare temper with 2-term constitutional limit? Yes, because say na yedika atete. Unse ye wonamfo. Say Muhammad omuba omu ekwan mi nu. Either say ombe change constitution through parliament and referendum or omeko court to get the constitutional interpretation of say 2-term no. Is it consecutive? And I say ubreak here utimi eba sa kominu ana. Na ne ehuni say o kai say President Muhammad Shia sa omu lawyers group no.
A law society of Ghana.
Oh,
my friend say.
Now, law society of Ghana. President.
Okay. Yes, sorry.
Or say almost on my Pakistan Supreme Court. So if they succeed, then it means that the constitutional interpretation, no, Muhammad did the bad.
I said your mama catcher and this lawyers so we not ready.
Yes. On the Supreme Court. But you see, unim say. On my way, Edu baby. Now all our Supreme Court judges were appointed by one government.
And yet MPP went to court and
won cases. You see, so do because Supreme Court. Na eno nkyere say why?
Based on what they are saying from court olusu. It is very critical. It's about shining the eyes.